Hi, welcome back to Performance Pyramid and Bodyweight Badass. And on the last chart and video I went through the active straight leg raise, or more specifically the flexion based pattern. And I think this time I want to get into one of the main topics, that carrying that straight leg pattern into moving in the hip hinge. That seems to be the biggest dilemma. So in this one I'm going to take Jenna with it and show how we can both do the active straight leg raise, but she can progress into the hip hinge and I can't, and some of those reasons why. So the article Brett Jones and I wrote, talking about making it stick, is really the point where you would need to find that and read that when it comes out on strengthcoach.com. And that's taking the ground-based pattern into the quadruped pattern, the kneeling pattern, and the standing. But right now we're going to go and show how we can both do the active straight leg raise for 3. So you want to go first? So lay flat. In this position, Jenna can raise her leg up, clearly get a 3, do both sides. So she can get a 3 in the active straight leg raise. Now, I can get a 3 as well in the active straight leg raise. And I think some of the biggest dilemma in that situation is right there, people are going to say you can go into the hip hinge pattern. Technically, I might have the freedom in that pattern, but now I'm going to break out some of the farther patterns and see where the limitation might be and why I can't do the hip hinge. So now we're going to go into toe touch. So go toe touch first. So in this position, multi-flexion based, toes together. Just go down and do a toe touch. And then I'm going to do it. Now clearly she can do the toe touch better than I, but I can still get where I need to be, so I passed that. So we can skip the breakout portion of that, and technically we can move forward in general, but I know something's wrong. So in that position, we're going to put one foot on this and go down and do a toe touch and see if there's a lateral difference. And then the other side. And clearly she's fine. I'm going to do that as well, even though I don't need to do these breakouts. So go down. I actually am a lot more comfortable from one side to the other, so I have some sort of bilateral hip deficiency, because this is much easier for me than this. And now we've both done the active straight leg raise, but now here you're going to see the biggest issue. Lay down on your back, and then when she pulls her knees up to her chest, she's supposed to be able to get her thigh to her rib. So when she pulls in here, she clearly can get that in. Now, even though we both got 3s on our active straight leg raise, I have tons of gapping here. So I have some sort of hip impingement where I can't get anywhere near this, even though I can get a 3 on this. So I wouldn't take this right into a hip hinge pattern. I'm going to have to somehow work way through the kneeling position, the half kneeling position, or the quadruped, the half kneeling, and the standing before I can start to load my hip hinge. And because I have some sort of hip impingement, the next video I'm going to talk about the band distraction and some of the progressions using the 4x4 to fix that hip impingement so I can get the hip mobility she has and take that into the active straight leg raise. So to finish, the main point of the FMS is, I think a lot of people, and the first pattern, the active straight leg raise, once they get a 3, they just say they're cleared to load deadlift. Well, technically that may be sort of true. I think that you have to make sure that all the steps in the 4x4 are correct, so when you get to that loaded deadlift position, you can actually handle it. And you can see that when you break it out further, even though we both have a 3, I have a hip impingement in the front, which is going to cause a problem when I stand and load, which is probably causing some sort of that bilateral hip deficiency, where she doesn't have that, so she can load a lot easier. So until next time, kind of break that out and see if there's something causing you, or your clients, the reason you're not going into that standing position as easily as you are that lying position, and try to figure out where that's coming from. Alright, see ya.